Hi there, my name is Tim Johnson. First of all, a very quick word about England, the football that is. It's been 28 years since we last reached the semi-final. But that's not what the point I'm trying to make, although I'm absolutely ecstatic about it. The point I'm trying to make that it's amazing how it brings people together, sporting success, and puts a smile on people's faces and gets them talking to each other and excited and raises the mood of a country and gives people hope in a certain way. It's amazing, and I've seen it happen over here in Spain with all the expats and word back from England that the country's absolutely buzzing. It's food for thought. It's a pity we can't be like it all the time, but it's great how sport puts a smile on people's faces sometimes when things are done in the right way and the right things happen. So 52 years of hurt waiting for a chance to win the World Cup. Fingers crossed for Wednesday night anyway against Croatia. That's all I want to say about the football anyway. But congratulations to England. I shed tears of joy when they won. But the main point of this video is to share something a lot more serious, which is in sober life, how do you deal with the down days, the inevitable days when you feel, what's the point? Why am I doing this? It's easy just to go and buy booze or drugs or whatever. Just I'm fed up with this. You wake up for whatever reason feeling like shit, and it gets worse from there. And it's inevitable because everyone has them. We're all human beings. And the reason I want to share this today is because even after 2 years of sobriety, I had one today, or I woke up with one today. And on reflection, I should have seen it coming a day or so ago, because there was a couple of niggles that, and I'm going to share with you how I've handled that today. But there's a couple of niggles a couple of days ago. There's obviously one of my daughters has a couple of health issues that were playing on my mind, and I was worrying about that, whether overtly or subconsciously or whatever it was. I was still worrying about it. I was perhaps, although I love my solitude, I was perhaps craving a bit of home touch, if you like, and being with my family, because I live over here in Spain on my own, obviously. And there was a couple of people not answering text, and normally that wouldn't worry me in the slightest because they're very busy people, and again, that would just slip out of my mind. But because of the other worries that were on my mind, that was playing on my mind as well and multiplying. What's the point of me being like this when no one gives a shit, and this, that, and the other? And this is the issue that I'm trying to point, because all these things sort of built up to this morning, and there were other things as well, other little niggles as well, where I woke up this morning feeling unlike I do any other morning, which was what's the point of this? I just felt so lethargic, so down. I just thought, no one cares what I'm doing here, and I don't really care about myself. And because I'd been watching, I've been thinking about watching the football, and how in the past that that would have been carnage for me. This England progression in the World Cup, I would have just literally used as an excuse to go and get slaughtered at every opportunity that I could, and get in with people in bars and stuff like that, and use it as, I'm just getting the atmosphere, this, that, and the other, when it was just an excuse to get absolutely slaughtered or use drugs or whatever it was I wanted to do, And I was thinking, that hadn't been on my mind at all, and how much I enjoyed it without. But then I woke up this morning and what's the point of this? Why don't I just, So anyway, it's important for you to recognize, this is the point I want to make from this video, recognize those thoughts for what they are, which is your brain trying to trick you. And the trick is with this is not to let them multiply in your mind, not to let you, because your mind will run away. It will do everything it can to, as I've said many times in videos in the past, to make you try and feel more comfortable, to put you at ease. That's what your brain tries to do. So these negative thoughts, or whatever they are, will multiply in your mind until they convince you that they're talking sense and it's the right thing to do, when in fact they're absolutely talking nonsense and it was totally the wrong thing to do. And so it's important to keep your normal, which is what I did this morning, keep my normal routine. And I really had to push myself hard this morning through my normal routine and my morning routine, which I won't go into in great depth because I've done it in other videos. But it was really difficult this morning. I couldn't shake this darkness, which was getting darker and darker. And I just thought, well, what's the best thing to do here? And I think, the thing I did was I just went walking, no music on, no headphones. I just went walking in the fresh air, in the sunshine, because there's a bit of a heat wave here at the moment. That's the only problem. And with sort of nature, and just let my thoughts run away with me, and thought about the last couple of years, and the journey. I don't like using that word, but the journey I've been on and how far I've come. And thought about the thoughts I was having, the negative thoughts I was having, and I sort of passed a bar that I used to go into, and like I say, even after 2 years, my brain was telling me, just go in there and have a vodka, just go in there, and it'll make it all better. It'll make all this feeling of what the fuck, what am I doing? I don't give a shit anymore. No one cares about me. I don't care about myself. This, that, and the other. And I just stopped, and I thought, this is ridiculous. I just need to stop these thoughts. So I went into the church. Now, I'm not a religious person, as those of you who follow my videos. I'm a very spiritual person, but I'm not. But I do have a lot of time and respect for the church as a place of sort of solitude and thinking, and I'm a great believer in prayer, whether that's to the universe or to the God of your choice. That's up to you entirely. Each to their own. And I just went in there and sat and had some quiet time and thought about how much respect and love, sort of self-esteem I'd built up, and that would all go down the pan if I did something literally that my brain was trying to talk me into doing, or something ridiculous. And recognizing those thoughts for what they are is extremely important in sobriety. It really is, because it doesn't matter what stage you're at, whether you're 2 weeks sober or you're 20 years sober, it doesn't matter. These thoughts will occur. We all have bad days. We all have the inevitable disasters in our lives, whether that be, God forbid, losing someone who's extremely close to you, even if something as horribly extreme as that. And we've got to learn to live and experience those times, because we'll be more used to people in a sober state, obviously, and more used to ourselves in that state. And we've got to learn to recognize these little niggles and these thoughts when they creep into the inevitable bad days. And the thing is to cut them off and not let them multiply. So I sat there and I thought about all this, and recognized those thoughts for what they were, came out into the sunshine, went and had a coffee, and just looked around me and thought, what were you thinking? Because gratitude's a big thing, obviously, but sometimes even gratitude doesn't work, does it? If you're feeling like shit, you're feeling like shit. But I just looked around me, and the time thinking about the thoughts that I was having, and realised, that it would be an absolute disaster for me to do anything like that, and I didn't want to do it. It was just literally, those thoughts were just sneakily sort of multiplied in my head, and it's ridiculous, and that I was loving my life and sort of falling in love with myself, if you like, again, and that those people close to me, how it would affect them, and etc., etc. And the mood just magically lifted on the walk home. I arrived back here, and I thought, I need to make a video about this, because you need to be aware of it, and you need to shake yourself, keep your routine, recognize the thoughts for what they are, study them, find out the reasons, deal with those, and just get through it. Because if you just hold on, which is one of my mottos, just hold on, every second it gets better and better, and all of a sudden, bang, you're out of it. Whatever your situation is, you begin to look back on the positive side, and what you may lose from, and all the hard work that you put in, and who you will let down, most of all yourself, and that you're loving life sober, which I do, and I've never been happier, stronger, fitter, mentally, physically, spiritually, in every way. So that is the message I want to get across today. Come on, England, on Wednesday. Much love to you all. I hope you're all good. Carpe Diem. Seize the day today. Make the change in your life. Don't let life get you down. get through it, because every moment gets better as long as you focus on those thoughts and don't let them control you. Thank you. Bye bye.